Hari Om, Madhav.
Hari Om.
I've started the live streaming.
Okay.
हरिओम सर, हरिओम धवल जी, हरिओम अश्वनी जी।
हरिओम।
Hello.
Okay. Ashwini ji, whenever you're ready, start with prayers.
महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। कारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन शारदा देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी विद्यादानं करिष्यामि इत्येतत् मे सदा। ॐ सद्गुरुदेवाय नमः। Hरि Om to all Atmaji, please.
Hariom, and thank you, Ashwini ji. So, Dhaval ji, do you know some changes that Guruji and all are looking at? Some discussions in which they're looking at hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dhaval ji is probably in with them. Anyway, let's
Yeah, you were asking for me?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. So, as you know, right now, we are going ahead with the backend, all the programs that we are looking at, because we need to anyway strengthen the backend. But
Hmm.
but there are some discussions that Prabhuji had indicated to me that there may be a new kind of direction in the front end. So for the front end apps. So we'll see what that comes up. Probably you are aware about it, but at the moment we'll continue with this version.
Correct.
Yeah. Now on the back end, we are ready with the two features that we developed, and we need to go ahead with integration for both the SPT feature and the media feature.
Correct.
Do you have any issues, changes, or are you clear of all the things that we have done or anything?
Yeah, so the media one, like we discussed earlier, we will circle to Vijayji once he is available. That the way we are expecting to do that is, control the security from GCP by restricting the media to our WizKids domain. Okay. Apart from that, we are fine. We are only going to use the first API and get the object path from that API. Then directly use the public URL to upload the file. and construct the uploaded file URL from the object path.
Sorry, public URL cannot be used to upload the file to Google Cloud. That's why the signed URL is given. Signed URL is a limited thing with which you can upload the file.
Okay, but the first URL gives a signed first API gives a signed URL, right?
First API, if you want, like in the old version, it will give the signed URL and a public URL.
Yeah. Sorry. So I think I'm
You might
calling
have.
it differently.
Probably you would have. So what you are saying is you will use the signed URL to upload the file, and you will use the public URL to read the file.
I am not getting a public URL at the moment because GCP does not give me a public URL from signed URL. It only is giving a confirmation that the file was uploaded. So I am constructing a public URL.
करनी जी ऐसा है क्या?
हाँ, रेस्पॉन्स में जीसीपी से सिर्फ 200 ओके आ रहा है सर।
नहीं, रेस्पॉन्स की बात नहीं है। वो रेस्पॉन्स में एक साइंड यूआरएल होता है और एक पाथ होता है और एक पब्लिक यूआरएल होता है ना।
पब्लिक यूआरएल की जगह हम ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ यूज कर रहे हैं और सिमिलर टू पब्लिक यूआरएल है सर।
हाँ, ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ इज पब्लिक यूआरएल। ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ इज वो ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ जो बोलता है वो पब्लिक यूआरएल है।
यस सर।
हाँ, तो वो ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ इज ए रॉन्ग नोमेनक्लेचर फ्रॉम जीसीएस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। जो ऑब्जेक्ट वो स्टोर किया है उसका पाथ दे रहा है।
But still I have to construct a URL out of it because it's just an ID kind of a thing. So in order for me to use that as an image URL, I have to append storage.googleapis.com.
वो पाथ में होगा ना ऑलरेडी?
No, it's not there.
कारनी जी एक बार दिखाइए। आई एम कंफ्यूज्ड अगेन। ये कंफ्यूजन क्यों आ रहा है?
No. Shravan ji, I'll tell you. I'll show you. Okay, very quickly.
Yeah, show me. I mean, it was coming like that to, I don't know.
No, I mean the reason this is like that is that this is what I'm planning to buy right now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Buying anything new is always exciting. As long as it comes and gets settled in at home.
Yeah. No, I would add one more step of it, as long as it is approved for purchase from the Supreme Court at home.
Yeah.
So let me open up the API. Yeah. So this is the first API, media upload. Okay. And it returns an upload URL to me, which is a signed URL and an object path. Okay. Now I will upload a file using this signed URL. Okay. I will not use the second API for doing anything. I will directly upload the file using this upload URL.
That is a correct thing. Yeah.
And it does not return me a public URL. Okay.
And
this is also not a URL.
But you can give you can get a public URL. Maybe he's not given you the public URL. करनी चाहिए आपका राइट एपीआई में, रीड एपीआई में आप जो यूज कर रहे हैं।
But I don't want to. So go ahead. Yeah, what were you saying, Shravan ji?
I wanted to know, there is a read URL that Carnegie was using in his API. When he just access it is accessing the PDF that he has put in using the right URL. Show me. I want him to show him the.
Sir.
हाँ
तब हम लोग 3 API यूज कर रहे थे, तब हम पब्लिक यूआरएल रिटर्न करते थे। लेकिन बाद में जब इन्होंने करेक्शन करके सर ने बोला कि मुझे रीड की एपीआई की रिक्वायर नहीं है, तो हमने
हाँ
ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ का कॉन्सेप्ट लिया। ऑब्जेक्ट पाथ में सिर्फ हम
हाँ। सो
अपलोड यूआरएल को पुट के अंदर रैप करके सेंड कर देंगे।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, अभी आप अगर पब्लिक यूआरएल देते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट यूआरएल के जगह पब्लिक यूआरएल देते हैं, तो इनका काम बन गया ना। क्यों आप नहीं कर रहे ऐसे?
सर हम पहले वही कर रहे थे, लेकिन कोड चेंज हो गया तो फिर से मुझे वही कोड लिखना होगा। तो मैं दे दूंगा, मैं मना नहीं कर रहा, पर क्या चाहिए मुझे बस एक बार डॉक्यूमेंट में दे दीजिए, मैं दे दूंगा सर। पहले जो इससे पहले मैंने जो पीओसी दी थी उसके अंदर वही होगा सर।
No, okay. Dhavalji, is it
Yeah.
because that public URL is not there you are trying to create? I didn't understand. He can give you the public URL. That is what we have all discussed before, no? This was in his internal URL. He is getting from GCS, but he can create the public URL and give it, which is what you will normally store it in the lesson or whatever and use it. Or everybody uses it for reading.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is actually a good discussion.
Huh.
We were under an assumption that before the file is uploaded, you might not be able to get a public URL. But if you are able to do that, then you can just return a public URL.
हाँ,
My
बात
understanding
खत्म।
was that you are not going to get an uploaded file URL before it is uploaded.
वैसे ही कुछ नहीं है। MS can do anything, no? He gets an object path, but he can always create a read URL.
Correct.
करने
Yeah.
की
So if
आप
you
दे
can do
सकते हैं ना?
that, then that's the best,
एक
because then
यूआरएल
I
में
will
नहीं
not
होता।
have to do business level implementation on UI side. Tomorrow, if
हाँ,
you
ये सब नहीं कर। See,
Hmm.
the public URL constructed by GCS is good enough, no? करने जी,
If it is if GCS constructs the public URL, then I think that's what you should give me.
करने जी,
यस
ये
सर।
कुछ प्रॉब्लम दिखता है क्या आपको?
ट्राई करके बताता हूँ सर अभी।
मुझे ऐसा था, I was under an assumption that GCS will not give you a public URL before an upload is happened. Does
Is
that
that
make
true,
sense?
करने जी?
हम रीड करते थे तब हम पब्लिक यूआरएल देते थे सर, इससे पहले।
करेक्ट, दिखाइए वो रीड का। आप रीड का जो है
पहला
वो
इससे पहले धवल सर जो आपको पहले डॉक्यूमेंट भेजा, प्लीज वो वाला
हाँ,
ओपन कीजिए।
yeah. So let us do that. Um, so if you see this, first is upload. That triggers a upload URL.
यहाँ पे जो यूआरएल है वो पब्लिक यूआरएल है, दूसरा अपलोड यूआरएल है।
ये जो द URL that you have here,
Hmm.
http/storage, this is a public URL. He is just not named as public URL, but he just said URL.
Oh, and this GCS gives you, is it?
जी।
GCS gives us.
Then just pass this to me. Then we are good. Okay, I was under an assumption that you are not getting this from
No,
GCS.
no, no, no. Yeah, this is
Okay.
what he first wanted, but
Mm-hmm.
then some confusion, because this includes, as you said, all the storage, Google API, the path, and then the object path, including the path that we have said L5 science motion. Probably itna bada nahi hoga abhi, but and then the unique ID. The unique ID is repeated on the top. So
Got it.
got it, no? Simple. I mean, we'll keep things simple. That
Yeah. I
same
think this is
public
what I
URL you
want.
will embed it in lessons. Student may will also read. I mean, teacher may wherever it.
Mm.
Whoever wants to read will read it.
Yeah. So just return this as a public URL in this first API and we are good to go.
करनी जी,
जी सर।
सो ठीक है, अभी कुछ कंफ्यूजन है?
अभी मुझे एक ही एपीआई देना सर, ये वाला।
First wala,
एक ही
yes.
वाला देना है बस।
I mean, this is also pending discussion with Vijay ji, but I'm going to push for this approach because
हाँ, see,
this is the
this
good scope
what
for what we want.
Vijay ji wanted is, instead of giving a public URL to everybody and storing it everybody,
Hmm.
then what is happening is this public URL reading is not going through our authentication. Anybody can read this.
Correct, correct.
So he was saying, should we keep our data open for anybody to read? So if
Hmm.
you think there is no harm in everybody to read it, we'll use public URL.
Yeah,
That is,
I mean, the hunch I have against this approach is that this increases the complexity exponentially.
without a public URL, if you have to do,
Yeah, yeah. Every time if I
because
want to do a
every
read
time,
for an image,
yeah, some you need an image, you need to again
yeah,
go
if a
to,
key item has 5 images, I need to understand that there are 5 images, trigger the read call for 5 times, and get the URL and then render the image and whatnot. And that too, I also need to modify how Markdown behaves.
yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah.
also for it because
Hmm.
I feel getting a URL itself is difficult for
Correct.
any outsider. Even if
Hmm.
it is just reading, it doesn't matter anything because uh,
Correct.
yeah, he cannot change it. He cannot do anything with it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, like, if we restrict the access to WizKid's domain,
Yeah, WizKids
then,
domain, then that's fine.
there is another layer of security.
Security anyway, right?
Yeah. Somebody has to be really interested in, getting our image if they want to hack it.
In as images are, or these blobs are concerned, there is no issue. I can
Mhm.
understand if there are a lot of other things, then going through authentication is required for. But just an image, I don't think authentication is required.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, let's run that through Vijayji. But I
yeah,
mean, my point being, if, this is an issue, then we will need to drastically update our UI to be a CMS rather than we doing all these things manually, because then we are venturing into the content management area, and we don't want to focus a lot of our energy there.
agreed.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I think we should keep it simple for the time being.
correct, correct,
Just use like this, your public URL
correct,
and then not complicate, because we can always change it later with
correct, correct.
once
Yeah,
key clock comes and all. But
correct,
for now, let us go ahead with this feature and SPT feature and see if we have integrated. That's fine.
correct,
Then which is to at least to know that this is how backend is behaving, and that's fine. Now
correct.
the other one that I wanted to look at is the SPT feature, which is
Hmm.
also basically an object, is a tracking of the student's feature, which is required for any modifications in the front end. So let if you are ready with it and you have some idea of mm, uh, what you need, then I mean, it's just sending a slash complete at the end of every click, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a front end with that, that will be enough. We can just integrate this.
No, so yeah, that's fine. So what I wanted to know is there any change in the design for APIs that we
So
agreed
they
upon last
today
time?
they
Yeah.
are exactly like what you have asked in the get lessons, get topics. All that is what is as per what you have asked for.
Okay.
Now that means some additional things are there. So we have removed uh, the API for mm, that hamburger, the
Yeah, breadcrumb.
yeah, breadcrumb. What was that?
So names you removed, right?
Yeah, the names we have removed.
Okay.
So other than that, the only places where probably it changes is now the subjects will give you what is the type of subject, get subjects, and then the practically, and the lessons, whatever we have added in the lessons. I'll show you in
Yeah.
the thing what we have added. We can look
Hmm.
at any of that is required on.
Hmm.
Where is that? It is in why I'm not able to see. Okay, let me share again. I am able to see, but Zoom is not able to see. Local. How do I share this on the? Okay. Can you open that StudentMate UI flow in AI apps shared space? I'm able to open, but I'm not able to show it on the Zoom.
Is it because you are not the host or something?
Just one second. Make a host, yeah.
Yeah, now I can. Don't know what was the issue before. I was not able to see that. Normally, I was able to see very clearly. Anyway. Okay, you can see this document.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have added for SPT the following features, right? Get topics, the subtopic name, these are now not there. So I have stopped the subtopic name and all. So subtopics won't change. Lessons don't change, but the progress is added.
Yeah.
Percentage complete. And is active, subject is active, and subject type. So the subjects change. This is the one important change you have, right?
Yeah.
And then the topics again required for navigation. These things I have removed. Whatever you said navigation feature, I have removed right now. because now let's not have it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
even subtopics, navigation feature is not there. Lessons, this mm, instead of the last K item completed K pause, you wanted the uh, but this is there. It doesn't matter. The last K item completed and all. You can ignore them right now. You don't need. You also don't need the navigation things.
Yeah. But were you able to add back is completed at the level of key items?
Yeah. Now is completed is added at K item level.
Got it.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll send you the all the responses in a file, and you can probably use that for as a template. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't remove here in this thing. I've added, but I've navigation I've suppressed for some right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I think let's tackle that separately. We don't want
Okay.
that to.
But
Yeah.
K item is now is K item has is completed. So
Got it.
okay. I'll send you an API response document for this one. How APIs look like in the
Okay.
local or whatever that I put. Okay.
Sure.
And I'll put it in. We had some another feature that we were looking at is we had to add version number. Now the version number is there from GitHub tag into our student made,
Yeah.
yeah, which is an additional feature. It doesn't matter for the integration, but
Yeah,
that's what.
it's a very small thing. I'll display it on the
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
on the UI.
So, like we have done, you may have to use the version number in the thing. I can show you how we have done that.
Yeah, yeah. Show me the APIs. If it is supposed to call APIs with versioning, show me.
No, no. You need to get the version. Okay, I'll show you how. So right now our version is I'm getting the database version, but you don't need database version anyway. The only
Yeah.
thing is you will keep a version process.env student mate version or the version of your thing come from environment, but in the YAML file, I once you give an environment variable and display that as version, in the YAML file we will put a tag generated version into that environment variable, which you will use it for displaying in the version. That's all. So there is no code change other than displaying a version from a process environment. For example, here student made MS version, I just put as a process env student made version. Now this
I honestly, I'm not able to grasp still what is the advantage of displaying the version in a web system.
the only thing is when you have tagged an application, that application, when you tag, automatically a version number is generated, which is the tag number. That will be stored in the deploy version with the entire the thing is in here. Sorry. So what I have done is we are going to have on push branches dev or main or whatever, but tags, it will automatically on giving a tag, a version number is created, which is just v star. Then it will take it from the the version number will be put into a GitHub variable, and that GitHub variable will be in the environment. And since that environment version is what you will use for displaying it, it will take this version number which is generated in the tag into the version. So basically, whenever you push something in the GitHub, that will become the version number, and that will be shown uh, for you to show it in show it in the actual application.
Yeah, but what's the purpose? Like what it will do?
The purpose is when the final apps are released from the production, the version number of the production push is what is shown in the thing. So the which version is actually running in your app through Flyway, through your Firebase, is coming from the tag rather than your internal variable or internal setting. GitHub tag. And GitHub tag also marks that version, that code as that version number. So version number is controlled at the production level. That's the only idea.
No, I understand all that,
Hmm.
but like I mean, what's the use? I still didn't understand if what problem
That
it
is
solves.
because when we give a system with several components, some app components, some backend components together, the entire system will have a version. In the in the in that version git, we will have all the component versions listed. So when I know that system is of this version, it contains this version of student made API, this version of student made app, like that. So it is it's a release process. That's all.
Oh, I understand that release process.
Hmm.
But I am not able to get how it links things together and allows us to roll back. Let's say I want to roll back to
A
previous
previous
two
tag.
releases.
Let us say you want to roll back to a previous tag. Automatically, when your app is rolled back to the previous tag, whoever is accessing your app will take the image from that uh, stored image in the production. That stored image in the production will always carry the version tag of that particular image only. So it is automatic. Every time image is created, the version tag with which that was released is also embedded into the image or the executable of that program. So when you run the app with that particular thing, it'll in the production version that is what will come. That tag version will come in the thing automatically.
Yeah, so there are two separate things here. One is displaying the version on the UI, and one is tracking the UI versioning.
The tracking is done by
GitHub. But so displaying it on UI solves no purpose, right? That's what I'm trying to come to.
No, it is only to know which version of UI is running. That you don't have to go and check in the thing. You can know the moment you are running it, you know what is the version. It is just
because I mean, see, this is a part of a education series as well. You don't see a version on say Amazon.com. You don't see a version on Google or Gmail.com because usually web UIs and web applications are more or less treated as live applications. And what you are saying is fine. it's called a version lock or a dependency lock for a particular release. So tracking is absolutely required.
Yeah.
But as
See,
such, for a
maybe
UI,
they do not display it prominently. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter. Maybe they will tuck it up in some help, and if you go to the help, in the help or about or something, they'll just give some version of the app, right?
Not necessarily, but yeah, I mean, so are
So
you saying that you
if I
want to
look at
show it in
cursor
the,
version, he'll give the version here.
oh, this is because it's a desktop app.
Huh.
It's
Obviously,
live
even
apps don't have that concept, but
uh,
yeah, I mean, my point again being, if you want to display it because you want to track it, then there are better ways of doing it. And if you want to display it just for the sake of displaying it, then it's probably not very useful.
okay, anyway, this is what was the version number feature that Vijayji wanted, and I found that's okay. It makes sense for definitely API at the end, because uh, we will know that it is not visible otherwise. So in the health message, whenever we want, we'll see the version number,
Hmm.
because there's no other way of that knowing, right? But I thought even in app, for example, the version of every app is that I've seen in help about or something, it is available.
See, these are because these are actually compiled binaries which
Exactly.
go through a very different release process. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have very stringent compilation requirements,
Mm.
and their releases are not so easy. Okay.
Mm.
Versus in a web system, releases are very easy. In fact, moving forward, we might have a situation where the releases are continuous. That means in a day you can have 5 releases.
Yeah. So every time in order to release, you need to uh, build the image in the production system. The moment it
No,
is
it will
building,
automatically get built, right? There is an auto build.
automatically it gets built, automatically tags get increased, and the version number increases.
That's fine, but that's not used anywhere
No, not
externally.
used. No, it is not used by anybody except for debugging. If a particular version was there, generally in apps the latest only used, right? So there is not a problem in all of us. But if there was some problem, we had to roll back. Which version we rolled back, you can able to see what is the
Yeah,
current
yeah.
version.
So I'm saying, how will you identify which was the last working version for a particular thing, right?
You don't have
So,
to identify when you call the URL, that
hmm.
version comes to you. No, you simply, the user just calls a URL. That
No, no,
then
no. I'm not talking about me getting a version from the GitHub secret. Okay, for the purpose of debugging. Okay, let us say you made some changes in the API,
hmm,
released it, and now there are 2 more releases after that.
correct,
I made some changes in the UI,
correct,
released it, and there are few more changes after that.
correct.
Okay, now before few releases, it was working fine.
Okay,
Okay, after that, there have been numerous releases, and suddenly something has stopped working with respect to what we released earlier.
correct.
Okay, now how do we know that what was the version lock at which it was working fine? And if we need to roll back that particular thing, which version we need to roll it back to?
Correct. So what will
Huh.
typically happen is
Hmm.
whatever is there in the production,
Hmm.
you can typically roll back to the previous one. And if it is not the right one, you will keep looking at which is the last version that is working.
Hmm.
Then you know the particular version number in it. which
Yeah.
was there because of the tag.
Yeah.
So
So
go
that
to the
version
code
lock,
and see what is the difference between that and the
correct,
current
correct. Yeah,
working.
see, so that version lock
Hmm.
is maintained at the level of database, okay,
Uh,
or at the level of logs, release logs, whatever it is, okay.
Correct. Yeah.
We don't need to go and look somewhere in the UI or track it in the UI to see a particular version. My point being, this is more or less an automatic process. When we say release, revert to a previous release, the last working combination of different versions of software were automatically there in some log.
Correct.
Okay. We don't need to worry too much about, I mean, there is always an internal version of UI. Even if you call it or not, there
Correct.
is always an internal version of the UI.
Correct.
My point is just that, showing it on the UI does not help anywhere. I can show it. I am not against it. I will go ahead and show it.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like my point being, it's not solving any problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I mean, we can show it for the sake of
yeah,
cosmetic purposes if we want. But
yeah.
in practice, I have not seen it happening in web software.
Okay.
And also, the way we are treating web software is a bit different from how web software are usually treated. Okay, I can quickly share my screen and walk us through 1 second, one small thing.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
share.
So, see, the way we are supposed to think more about web software is that they are live systems. And in fact, more we will get into considering them as, versioned systems and tightly controlled systems, we will run into a lot of issues down the line because it will become very chaotic very soon. Okay. Do you see the issues with Gemini versioning right now? Gemini
Uh,
model versioning right now?
yeah. What we know the version, right? What
Yeah,
is
but you know the version, but at the end of the day, developers have hard time understanding which version does what.
yeah.
Okay.
Developers. That is
Initially, it
their
was
issue.
helpful. During
Yeah.
the initial research stage, it was helpful that 1.5 is stable and 1.7 is experimental and this and
Correct.
that.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Okay. But
Yeah.
beyond a point, it stops helping from a
Yeah.
developer perspective, where
Yeah.
I only want to worry about whether there is a live version or not. I want to use the latest version that works.
Yeah. So it
I
is
don't
only
want
for
to
the
track what all
user.
versions were working for
Yeah.
what.
It is only for the user to show off that hey, I have the latest version.
Correct, correct. Yeah, I
Which
mean,
was
you will not be able to, as a developer, track all these things.
correct. Correct. You don't
1.5
need
did
to.
that and
You don't need
2.5
to. It is
does this
there
and all.
whenever you want. You don't need to. As we go ahead, developer is only worried whether everything on the current version, live version, is right or not.
Correct, correct.
But, yeah,
So
but
the sooner we start treating these things as live systems, okay, we will have a different approach to these things. And what happens in live systems is they are continuous deployed and continuous integrated.
yeah, continue. Yeah,
Okay, so they are CI and CD.
correct.
Okay, so rather than treating, okay, one day we will have this deployment, one day we will have this deployment, soon it will start happening. Every day there will be 5 deployments and 5 integrations. Okay, which is where if we are not in this mindset, we will get into a big trouble tracking all those versions. Okay, so now I'm not saying the versioning is not going to help. Versioning is going to be automatic from that point onwards. Then that means
Yeah,
this
I understand.
package dependencies or version lock for that matter. Okay, so let's say my student made package is student made UI 1.1, student made MS 1.2. Student made dB 1.05. Okay, or whatever it is.
Correct.
Okay, so this is a current live deployment.
Correct.
Okay, now live -1, you always just go from live. Live -1 was previous deployment. Okay, live -2 was maybe there was no change in student mate that time. We only upgraded something in the DB. So live -2 was DB. Live -3 was just UI and maybe not anything with respect to MS and DB. And these versions are automatically managed by GitHub. Based on the push that we do, GitHub only automatically increments the version. The only place we come into picture is when we upgrade major versions.
Which
Okay.
is what we are trying to design, that every time a tag comes, we can increase. Right now, I have not given tag
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
auto
so
incremental method.
yeah, so major versions are actually big deals.
Yeah.
Okay, and major versions also mean that there are breaking changes.
Correct.
Okay, that's a separate story altogether. That's where even automated systems don't work, because that requires a lot of coordination. But that's not something that will happen on a day-to-day basis. That's something that will typically happen on major features.
Correct.
Okay, where say for example, student mate is talking to a completely different schema, or there is major backend enhancement, or a major revamp of student mate and things like that. So major versions are typically breaking and not backward compatible.
Yeah. So
Okay. Huh.
yeah, what we have given, I mean, the document that I was preparing, of course, we were just experimenting first, slow, so that these things can work.
Yeah.
At the lower level. But at the end, there will be a Git version for the entire LMS. And each version is, like you said, student made UI 2.1. Actually, we have given 2.1.1. The dot ones are automatically
that's the
incremented.
proper versioning system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dot ones are automatically, the third ones are automatically, the middle ones are typically based on features. And the first one is a complete break, like you are saying, which will not be usually backward compatible.
Correct.
The major versions.
Correct. Yeah. And
So
this is called version set.
everything in the version set, for example, in that lock, has to be in that particular combination. Otherwise, if student mate, for example, in your second thing, if the student mate has crossed, typically it is not from 1 to 2. It means that it may not work with the rest of the things.
Correct.
Yeah. So that is the final goal. Right now we are building the end blocks just to bring the version concept into the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Agreed.
So agreed. And this is something UI is already doing for its own dependencies.
Okay. Oh, you have a version in the UI currently?
Yeah. If you see, there is a versioning system as well as that's why we need to discuss more about this.
Okay.
See, there is a package.json. So UI already has a version. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need to discuss this more. And GitHub will also be able to support this. This is the standard versioning system of UI.
Okay.
And if you see, UI also has dependency management like this.
Correct.
Okay. What we are discussing. And UI itself maintains a lock.
So, do you know how this node or this package lock is used? to
Correct.
increment, because
So
I've seen only
So
0.
there is a system for that. Okay. Let me show you that system. And if you can use some inspiration from that, or you can, use that all together. Okay. So
Yeah.
AWS
Right now,
code,
I'm ignoring that package lock version number that I've seen.
yeah.
Yeah, we can use that also. So that sees, instead of tagging, we can come from there also.
Yeah. So AWS code build versioning. So actually this entire AWS setup that is there, they offer all these things out of the box. Their code packages have dependency systems. They have all these, versioning. They have version locks. They have rollbacks. So their code deploy pipelines is a continuous delivery system that takes care of all these things. So this is what we used to work with day in, day out. Okay, and they take care of all these version locks. So every deployment in the pipeline creates a new lock. And you can always revert to any previous locks. It's all automatic.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
I wish we should have actually had this discussion when
correct.
Yeah, Vijayji was proposing that versioning, and we were, obviously we were not prepared at that time because of the SPD pressure to do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
versioning. Now we are picking it up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
We will also check with Vijayji on this, and we can change
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Right?
even if you don't use this, it can probably offer a lot of reference for you. Like I was that day I was trying to demonstrate. Uh, this entire uh, system and concept is based on that only. Our requests, ideas and all come in, bugs and all come in, we change and commit changes. It goes to the source. Okay, from source, it builds, and this is where it takes care of all these things.
Exactly.
Source will automatically increase the version, and
Right.
build will push it to pipeline. Sometimes there is manual. Nowadays, it's all automated, and versioning lock and all is also taken care of in the
Yeah.
pipeline itself, and it
Yeah,
goes to production.
this is what I was also prepared to do. That's why the 3 dot version was
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
where bugs will automatically increment. But the
correct.
other two, I have put manual right now,
Yeah,
because whenever a feature changes, the middle one changes, and
yeah,
major
yeah. So
is,
I'm not opposed to what we are doing right now. We
yeah.
can go ahead and do that. If you want take any references from here, it's
We
a
are not
wonderful.
fully there right now. We are just
Uh-huh.
showing the version number on the system. That's all.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what our focus was, because it
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but
took
I would
from,
say just don't reinvent anything that is already there, and see what you can just use, okay? Because these tools are actually meant for increasing your speed in that area.
yeah,
If you
that's
will have to manually write a lot of scripts and implement all those things, then probably this is going to be much helpful.
okay.
Yeah, it also offers a lot of features like A/B testing and rollbacks and automated this thing deployments and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another thing we are looking at.
Hmm.
Of course, I discussed about the the key lock that we are implementing. We are not still through with it. We are just experimenting with that. And the agent mate version. Now, with agent mate version, Anisha would have had some discussions with you, Dhavalji.
Yeah, yeah. She is testing it out, I guess. If you have any update, Anisha ji, please go ahead.
Anisha ji dropped. Huh? Oh, okay.
I'm there, sir.
Oh, you are there. You are there. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good.
Uh, There is no much discussion for now, sir, because I'm working on PubSub.
But can you just tell where are you for the benefit of everyone? What you have done so far?
So that I guess last time only I've updated about that. There's nothing much more to update on it.
That's
As
right,
far-
Anaji, Anisha ji. Last time not many were there. Can you express what you have done? It's an important thing for engineers to be able to say, this is what I've done, even if you have done a very little progress. You learn
Even if
from
you've done nothing, just make it look like a lot of things, okay? Learn that from
exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have already integrated the Krishna with Agent Mate API, and currently it works fine. Like if I think how double the context part, I asked you, I just need the student query, so that one updation is needed because
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
happening, while generating answers, it takes into consideration of the query also. So,
Yeah.
even if it is not having information regarding the particular key item, because the context is having the uh, key item information, it's generating the answer. So that one thing is needed, Dhavalji. And one more thing. Uh, yeah, and I'll be looking into some other ways. Like now, Vijay ji had suggested Gemini. We can have already ready Gemini model, which we can use to customize using the Gemini. Like I have not much explored about it, but have to look into it. That's all about from my side. And pops up things, sir. It's yeah.
PubSub is another one. We'll come back to that after this agent. What is the context that she was talking about, Dhavalji, that you have discussed with? The student context, will it
Yeah,
come
yeah. So
from?
I send already the lesson content along with the uh, student question earlier to Gemini, but now that we have access to the key item, we don't
Yeah,
need to send that anymore. So
yeah.
I'll
So
remove that. Yeah.
okay, fine, fine. Yeah. So right now she's trying to yeah, create that context. Yeah, and in that context only, we saw that she had to wait for teachmate to give her an updated lesson. The context that is there right now in the database, she's able to pick up. But if a teacher has updated a lesson, then she had to manually update the updated lessons, absorb it into the agent made. Instead of manually doing it, she is working on a system called PubSub, where
Oh, so are you maintaining a lesson copy in AgentMate?
no,
Yes,
she
sir.
is maintaining the
Data.
uh, data of that lesson in the agent made.
Mm.
Why?
Agent made database, because she has to, the lesson has to be converted, the semantic analysis on that lesson had to happen, and those indices have to be stored in her database. She'll use those quickly to identify which is the correct lesson that she has to look at in the RAG model.
Oh,
Yeah. So for that, what has happened is, whatever, as soon as a lesson is created, she will do the semantic analysis, and the lesson will be there, but she'll also keep in the agent made database the lessons, semantic, what is that codes that you talk about, the
The
file
chunks,
index and all that.
chunks,
Yeah, chunks
embeddings.
and the file. Yeah.
Oh, so only the embeddings and analysis part is in AgentMate, but not the actual lesson
No,
content.
no. The
Oh,
actual lesson is in TeachMate database.
okay, but it triggers an update triggers the analysis.
Yeah, an update from TeachMate triggers this process. So the
Okay.
triggering of one MS to another MS is what needed a public pub sub a publication and subscriber model.
Got
She's
it.
working on that. So
Got
she's
it.
going to talk about where she is on that.
Yeah,
Anisha,
yeah.
Yes, sir. So now currently I'm using a fake version of PubSub that is known as PubSub emulator. So I'll be creating a fake topic and subscribers for it. And currently I have implemented that also. And yeah, as soon as I like insert any data into, so current I have a global data into which when teachmate updates any lesson, that I have a trigger functions wherein when the data from TK we have k routes table, so when data comes there, that automatically with the help of trigger functions it gets into the global events table. So there is a global event table where all these data comes and gets stored, saying now this is the data that has come, and now you have to send it to your subscribers. So after the trigger function gets triggered, this data goes into the pub sub channel, and then subscribers can pull it to the push or pull functions.
good. Okay, so anyway, that's one of the uh, improvements. One she's piloting, and that will be used. That system will be used by multiple places in MS to MS
See,
communication.
but I think what we were originally proposing, and I don't know if it is a planned deviation, that is that first meet
You're
is
breaking.
just going. Yeah. So yeah, just a minute. Okay. So I don't know if this is all a planned deviation, but the plan was that first implementation of agent meet will just call Gemini as it is right now and act as a middle layer to log and intercept the questions and answers. Second improvement on top of it is our manual processing. So uh, I don't know the context of how this is evolving now, but I think Vijayji was of that opinion that that's how we should do it.
That's right. That model is already there, right?
Hmm.
So the initial version is already there.
Hmm.
Mm,
So shouldn't we then go ahead and release that integration and then work on this, or how does that work?
We can do that, Anisha
Huh.
ji,
Yes, sir.
without having to look into your inner context. Can you not release the you have this version where agent made will mm, simply call the Gemini model and keep the context and questions in the
Yeah.
agent and do that.
I can also supply the lesson content as I am doing right now.
Yeah,
And you don't have to worry about even fetching that from database if you cannot.
So
Okay.
then but my question is then directly the Gemini will take the context from whatever UI is passing, and it it will generate answers. Then
Correct.
there is no point in making a RAG model. Oh,
No, no,
okay.
what I'm
No,
saying
no.
is,
RAG model, let us make it version 2. Can we release version 1 without RAG model? That's what is the question.
That's what currently the Dhawanji is doing,
no,
right,
no, no,
sir?
Anisha ji, see,
Mm.
this incremental building serves a purpose. Okay, this way of thinking serves a purpose. First problem we are solving with agent mate integration is that we are going to be able to track the question and answers. Okay, currently with the Gemini integration, what we have in the UI, we are not able to do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so first
Mm.
thing that you're introducing as a part of this system is what are the questions students are asking and what are the answers Gemini is giving. Now that they are
Okay.
routed through agent mate, you can
Mm.
log that and they are available for us to analyze.
Okay.
And they are also available for us to, in future, improve the system. So first is just the logging of question and answer. No extra intelligence we need to add. Okay, if you are able to derive the lesson content, well and good. Otherwise, I can also just provide the lesson content as I am doing right now.
Yeah,
Second
sir,
layer
that.
is,
Mm.
sorry.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So second layer is where we actually have our own processing implemented. So the advantage that we get is tracking plus our own content integration. Okay. So it's an incremental building approach.
Mm.
Does this make sense?
Second layer, could you please tell me once more? I
Yeah, so
think I.
second layer is what you are planning right now. Second layer is where, we will have you read the
Mm.
lesson content yourself, have all those embeddings and everything happening and pub subsystem and all working and all.
Mm.
And then you give the answer according to the analysis done by your system.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
first part,
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
the first layer is you'll pass me the context as we are doing it currently,
Yeah.
and directly connect it to the Gemini and
Yeah,
track all
you
those.
call Gemini, you get
Yeah,
back the response
yeah,
and you give it to me.
yeah, and track all the questions.
Exactly. Exactly. So have a separate entry table in
Mm,
which you track all the questions and answers for students. So for a student ID, for a KID, at this point of time, this was the question asked by student and this was the answer given by Gemini is what you can track. Okay, that is the first version expectation.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, the only reason I was thinking we have not integrated the basic version of Agent Mate earlier was that we wanted to keep it experimental until a point where we are confident that this was working.
Yeah,
So,
but see, that's why this system, right?
mm,
It allows first version anyways is allowing tracking because that is what we are missing right now.
yeah.
That's a critical feature we are missing where we are not able to
Let us check.
retrospectively
We
analyze.
are we are okay. I think Anisha ji
Hmm.
can do that. Let's
Hmm.
check with Vijay ji. If that is so, we can
Yeah,
do
I
that.
think this is Vijayji's idea only, but let's check with Vijayji. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check with Vijay ji. Then we can release one version of Agent Mate
Yeah.
officially, and then start let kids use it, and we'll see if it's fine. And
Correct.
then we can add other things.
Correct. Because we are not, anyways, if we rely on the same model of Gemini, if we have the same input, probably we are not going to deviate so much in terms of what we are getting output.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay. Uh, anything else? So that's all we are working on. Dhavalji, this is
Yeah.
at the back end.
Yeah.
The other things are mostly other than the ski clock and the agent mate, the pub sub and other things are basically internal improvements which are.
Yeah. So I think we are looking at very huge upgrades now. Parallelly, I will have Tushar work on the media upload part. And while Carnegie works on the public URL in the first API, I will just mock it for now and have Tushar implement this.
Sure.
Okay. So implementation of media component is happening.
Yeah.
I will be myself working
Yeah.
on the tracking.
Yeah. Only thing is, we wanted to really have a date for integration. When do we integrate? Because we are already, 3 weeks from now. Actually, last week we were almost ready, but we were not. But now we are ready for integration. Whenever you are ready, let's put a date. Maybe a
Yeah.
week. By next Saturday, we should have actually integrated at least this feature that we can keep a
Correct.
target.
Yeah. So we cannot promise a date for the upload component yet. Okay. So because that's still in the design phase, once Tushar starts working on that, I will give you a date for that. Okay. The date for progress tracking is already something that we have proposed in the what you want to put. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So what we have done here, and all the APIs are available in dev, what we discussed today for tracking.
Yes, they're available. They're available in dev, but right now, yeah, I was experimenting, so it may not be up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what we will do is start date for this is 13th September, not 13th September. Let's call it on Monday. So it will be 15th of September. Okay. And roughly it is 7 days of work.
Okay.
So it is 15 September and we'll work on weekdays. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. And then that's 5 days. And then 20, 21 are weekends. And again 22 and 23. So what we can commit is 23rd of September
Okay.
for the UI to be ready.
Okay. So we'll look at from 23rd
Yes. So
to
integration
26th.
starting can happen from 24th of September.
Yeah. So 24, 25, 26, if we do the integration, hopefully the Saturday, 27th September, we'll be able to show.
Correct.
And okay. So we'll look for the week 27th September target date for demo for an initial where we are on that. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Okay. It
Yeah.
also requires testing and all. Integration is just one part of it. We have to
Yeah.
also verify everything. So
Yeah.
that I've accounted for. But we can give a in progress demo, after integration is
Yes.
complete.
So at least on
Let's not
20.
call it done until it is tested and
Yes. Yes.
accepted. Yeah.
So Ashwini ji should be ready to be able to test it after 27, the week after 27.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let her take her time on testing and verifying because it triggers multiple things in the system.
Correct.
And we want to be able to verify all those things.
Okay. Good enough. Anything else, Ashwini ji? You have anything? If you have something, fine. Otherwise,
No.
Raju sir has definitely has some progress on his ideas. We can go to him. Ashwini ji is probably not there.
No, 7.
Okay.
Are you able to hear him?
Yeah, now we can hear you, but not clearly.
Okay. So nothing from my side. Sir.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Raju sir. Yeah, looks like we lost him. Let me just check with him. Okay, I think he's not answering. Probably him. We lost him. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Pratibha ji, Tushar ji.
Hello, hello.
No, sir.
Okay. So Ashwini ji, probably we do not have Raju ji. If we have nothing else, can we close it with the prayers?
So basically, yesterday's meeting things when we
Sorry, I am not able to
yesterday,
hear you clearly, Ashwini ji.
yeah, yesterday the meeting with the Purna Chetana team. So how,
Yeah.
what happened and what's the impact? What is the next steps? When will we able to know?
So what I heard is that they have looked at the model that was created for them, and they agreed to work on it, but it is not finalized yet. I mean,
Yeah.
their Purna Chetana teachers are going to work on it, and we try to understand. So we will probably know any direction from that after they come back.
Also, what I heard is what will be told is next week they will the Pune Chetana team only will upload into the Google Classroom the lessons
Yeah.
and even
Yeah,
from
so
district
they will
Gurukul
also do a
yeah.
Purna Chetana teachers, once they are ready, they'll also do a field trial in this Gurukul, and then see that, and then they come back, and then we'll look at what to do with it in the development team.
So I think the next week is going to be a trial
Yeah,
by the district's Gurukul children on
correct.
that Google Classroom and again.
Yeah, correct. Right now it is in independently, they are going to put some lessons in it and directly, just like we have done, uh, some some of it will be used for in the Gurukul, so that we have a field trial of that model. Once Purna Chetana teachers are ready, then we will know how to integrate it into the system here, or what do we do on it.
Okay, so yeah, I will tell the place address.
Yeah.
Nisatena, Uttamaya, Pansena, Yatirtanaya, Purna, Amritandanaya, Om Shanti, Loka, Samasta, Hospitani, Bhavanti, Loka, Samasta, Hospitani, Bhavanti, Loka, Samasta, Hospitani, Bhavanti, Hariom Tatsit, Hariom, 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 everyone.
Okay, Hari Om, everyone.
Namaste.
हरिओम ऑल।